A very pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. It is tourney time, and sectional round action is before us this evening at Arrow Arena as the Ashland Arrows girls varsity basketball team embarks on their tourney run against the Sandusky Blue Streaks. Hi again, friends. David Wilson along with Chris Mowry, Brandon Gunder at the controls. We welcome you back to continuing coverage of Ashland Arrows basketball. Our ball game tonight also brought to you by our great friends at Hedstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 40 years. And this is the Countdown to Tip-Off show presented by Simonson Construction. Ashland and Sandusky played this season, so they are familiar opponents. Ashland prevailed on the 30th of December by a score of 63-28. Chris, here we are after a 19-3 regular season for the ladies. They embark on a tourney run that they hope will go for a while.
Yeah, they sure do, David. You're absolutely right, spot on. It's now year two of a really, really solid team, and a year two of people giving you their best shot, and I think you can tell that by the Arrows' record at 19-3. Dropped 2 games there at the end of the season. We called that Harvest Prep game here, and my gosh, they're really good. Tri-Valley, no joke either. That's going to be a really dangerous team come late February and into March as well. And, you know, look, the Arrows, they start their tourney run, and all things are been pointed towards this time in the schedule. It was all about getting better and, you know, developing, and you know, curveball came for these Lady Arrows midway through the season with Madison Hoffman's injury, and we talked about it with Renee Holt in the post game last time we were here. It was all about, at the end of the season, moving the chess pieces around and trying to figure out the correct jigsaw puzzle. Who's going to play, what minutes, who's first off the bench, how do they match up in this situation, does that play run, or how do we do with the full court press, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what they did. You know, everything was already, you know, set in stone. They had won the conference crown. The games at the end of the season were, you know, one, we always say it up here all the time off air, it's, you know, just get out of here injury free, right? That's number one. That's going to be the case here today too. But, you know, lots in store here for these Lady Arrows, and some record watch here tonight. We'll have a presentation from Kennedy Lacey right after the game concludes here, recognized by AD Jason Goings and so on and so forth. So a fun night in store here at Arrow Arena.
No question about it. The Arrows, a 19-win team, 9-2 here at home. Sandusky comes in 3-18. They were 1-9 in the Sandusky Bay Conference Lake Division. It's been a tough year for John Winborn and his troops, and this is the kind of scenario that plays out across all the brackets in these first-round tournament games. You get some of the higher-seeded teams against some of the lower-seeded ones. This should be sort of a turnkey game for the Arrows, but you know what, Chris, we've said it before. You got to go out, you got to play the games before you, and you have to take care of business on the court.
Yeah, you absolutely do. You know, nobody's going to give you a pat on the back and an advancement. Those days are over. Everybody plays. There's no buys anymore, you know, for the most part, and everybody's out there to do battle and play. And, you know, I like to say it's all the time, you know, in girls basketball, you sometimes have 14-year-old freshmen starting, and you have 15-year-old sophomores and so on. And look, you know, you and I are both parents and we've raised kids. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, well, who's that? You know, that's not normal, and that happens, right? Especially in high school sports. They had a bad test, or, you know, had significant other trouble, or, you know, you didn't get to sit with your best friend at lunch, or whatever, you know, things happen. So, you know, it's easy to say, oh yeah, we've seen it on paper, we've seen this, we've seen that, they're going to cruise. And while we anticipate that here for the Arrows, you know, the reality is you just never know. You got to go play it on the court, like you say.
Well, as far as the Arrows record and OCC standings, those are all in the books, but we'll check them anyway. Brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for your insurance, benefits, and wealth management needs since 1869, with offices in Ashland and Worcester. Ashland, 19 wins, 3 losses. They won the OCC by cruising unbeaten at 14-0. And so now they head into the postseason where it's win or go home. They are fortunate to have a home game in the first round. Should they advance tonight, they will likely play Norwalk on Tuesday in a district semifinal, and that game will be played at Buckeye Central. This is the Simonson Construction Countdown to tip-off. We're working our way toward the start of tonight's game between the Arrows and the Blue Streaks. When we come back, we'll have more, including our injury report and our national anthem. That's when we continue in just a moment on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We are coming to you live and free all season long from the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Priest Dental is your hometown dental leader. Proud AHS alum Kevin Priest and his team will handle all of your dental needs. And this reminder, friends, that all through the season when we have our game day guests, they're brought to you by Whitcomb and Hess. They have all your needs covered. Plan, grow, and thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. It is the Blue Streaks and the Ashland Arrows in girls varsity tournament action. This essentially is a sectional final, but it is a first round game. District semis and finals ahead, and the Arrows come in at 19-3. Getting closer to our national anthem in just a few moments. Chris, it gives us a chance to check that injury report, and it's brought to you by Fickus Furniture.
Yeah, injury report brought to us by our friends down in Drumsville. Fickus Furniture. Check out Mark Fickus for all your furniture and flooring needs. Hey, it's status quo. We've got Madison Hoffman. She did have surgery on that knee that she injured while competing against Waynedale, so she's out. Bailey Hartman is out as well. Cameron Cox still in that brace on her right knee, and other than that, the Arrows full go.
I've been without Kaya Hendershot for the last couple of games, but I'm watching her warm up. Chris, she's moving around and shooting threes, and looks like she will be available tonight for Renee Holt. As far as the Blue Streaks, I talked with John Winborn. He's got a full squad available for his efforts tonight. And again, that injury report brought to you by our friends at Fickus Furniture. Coming up on our national anthem, when that gets here, it'll be presented by Chandler Systems, Inc., locally owned and operated right here in Ashland for over 40 years. Great time of year for high school basketball, and a lot of awards being handed out, conference-wise and district-wise, and the Arrows very well represented, Chris.
Yeah, District Player of the Year, Kennedy Lacey. Ashland sweeps the District 6 Player of the Year. Pax Ediger named for the boys. Kennedy Lacey named for the girls. Second team selection, C.C. Sturry. First team selection, Cameron Cox. And then this one's got an asterisk for me. Madison Hoffman. An ode to her and a hat tip to her. Half the season competed in for her. The coaches nominated her second team. Make no mistake about it. If she was in this entire season, she would have been on the first team unanimous along with Lacey and Cox. So it's really nice to see a nice honor bestowed upon Madison, where she still became an all-district player. And those coaches recognize the player she is, even though she only was able to compete in basically half the season.
And both coaches honored as well.
Yes, absolutely. Renee Holt and Jason Hess named District 6 Coach of the Year, both of them. And thanks for the reminder on that. I had a note there, but it must have been covered up.
Well deserved on both sides. And, of course, we'll have one more regular season boys game coming up next Wednesday against Cleveland John Hay. And then their tournament draw is coming up this weekend. And they very well may host a game as well.
Yeah, they might. The draw is on Sunday, so we shall see what happens here. But one more game to go. Final home game here for the ladies inside Aero Arena. And we'll have the final one early next week for you as well when the boys take on Cleveland John Lee.
All right, they have unfurled Old Glory here, as you see on your screen. We are at Aero Arena. Teams are lined up, and here is our national anthem. Well, we did have a few seconds of some melodic enjoyment there, Chris. I think we've got the real thing going right now. Our national anthem brought to you by Chandler Systems, Inc. Just ahead of the Arrows and the Sandusky Blue Streaks. This reminder that the official watch location for Arrows Athletics is the South Street Grill. You're home to catch the Arrows. If you aren't able to attend in person, South Street will carry Arrow basketball all season long in the lower level bar area. Let's go ahead and check those starting lineups for tonight's game. They are brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company for all of your paper needs, from wedding invitations to business cards and everything in between. Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and Loudonville. John Winborn will go with Cassidy Stovall. She's a 5'6" junior guard. She pumps in 8 per game. Kristen Johnson, a 5'8" sophomore, will start in the backcourt, averaging 2 points, 5 boards. Amari Prentice is a senior. She'll start at guard, 5'1". She averages 5 a game. Their top scorer is Shanitha Wilson. She's 5'8", a junior guard, averaging 13 points and 7 rebounds and a team-high 60 steals. Kaya Rameau will round out the lineup, also a guard, 5'4", a senior. She averages 15 points, 9 rebounds per game. Those are the Blue Streaks: Stovall, Johnson, Prentice, Wilson, and Rameau. Now the Arrows for head coach Renee Holt. It'll be Josie Van Tilburg, a 5'4" junior guard, averaging 3 points and 2 boards. Grace Tobias at guard, a 5'4" senior, 4 points, 2 rebounds a game. Kennedy Lacey, District Player of the Year, 5'10", a junior forward, averaging 22.5 points. CeCe Sturry will start at a shooting guard spot, 5'5". She's a junior, 8 points a game, 34% behind the arc. And in the post, Cam Cox, she is 6'1" and a senior, averaging 9 points and 8 rebounds. Van Tilburg, Tobias, Lacey, Sturry, and Cox for the Ashland Arrows. Those are your lineups, brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company. Now the keys to the game. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, keys to the game for Sandusky. For me, it's get better. Get better in some way today. You're probably, well, not probably, you're looking way uphill here at a very tough opponent. It's a very tough game. If you can get better in some way, that's going to help all the underclassmen. For the seniors, play your best game you've had of your career. Go out high on top and leave it all on the floor. take in the moment. This is potentially your last basketball game you'll ever suit up for. So enjoy the moment. For the girls, or for the Lady Arrows, number one is stay healthy. And number two should be 1A. Don't be sloppy. You want to play your best basketball at this time of the year. You don't want to take an inferior opponent granted, and you don't want to be doing silly things that hasn't gotten you to a 19-3 record, right? You want to be playing crisp, clean, direct basketball, and I do not want to see these ladies be sloppy tonight, right?
No question about that, Chris. Keys to the game brought to you by your hometown vision leader, Ashland Eye Care. Proud AHS alum Dan Denbo will handle all of your vision needs. Well, who will make those impartial calls tonight, Chris?
Alan Schnellinger, James King, and Chris Harkness, who has the basketball in hand at center court. Couple tests there to make sure there's enough air pressure in that baby. And we're just about ready to get this one underway, David.
Our officials brought to you by the 419 Barber Shop in downtown Ashland. Matt and his team have all your hair care needs covered. Ashland will come out in their home white uniforms and the blue streaks in their navy blue traveling unis. The team colors and tip-off brought to you by Linway Restaurant, quality food and fine service since 1851. And we are underway. Sandusky with the opening tip and an immediate turnover.
Didn't take long.
They have averaged 22 turnovers a game, and that is what John Winborn was talking about before the game, that just oftentimes in games, even when they've competed for a long stretch in a game, Chris, they self-destruct with turnovers.
Yeah, it's easy to do, and they just breed each other, right? Cameron Cox, a little pick-up, loose ball, going to put that one in for the first points of the basketball game.
Well, Cox averaging just under a double-double at 9 points and 8 rebounds. She had 12 in the game against Tri-Valley, 2-0 Ashland. And another pass toward the baseline goes out of bounds. They were looking for Wilson. And it's turnover number 2.
I always thought, David, turnovers in basketball were like errors in baseball or softball. Once you make one, they just seem like they multiply and multiply.
Lacey will drive baseline and draw a foul. I think they got Johnson on the foul. Kristen Johnson's team's first, and Kennedy Lacey to the line. 61% foul shooter. I noted on my card this will be her 163rd free throw attempt on the year. She has lived at the free throw line, and her whole game is drawing contact in the lane.
Yeah, she's not afraid to take it to the rack, that's for sure. Converts a lot of CB Ward bank shots, Norman Foundation and ones, and she's made a living at the Connery Manufacturing stripe this season for sure.
Now she knocks down 2 there. Ashland up by a score of 4-0. Full court pressure. Ball handled by Rameau, and she almost lost it underneath, kept it in play. This one will go out of bounds in the corner. That was Prentice who tried to receive that pass a little too tall, and that is the 3rd turnover. We're underway in the first quarter, brought to you by Comfort Control, providing the best comfort for residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years. Tobias found some space, missed, rebound Lacey. She puts it back up and in. Has her 4th point.
Arrows, nice job there on that full court press. They did a nice job trapping, and Cameron Cox did not get fooled. She was down low underneath the goal area there to protect the rim. So a nice job there with the Arrows executing their full court press defense to perfection.
Well, the air ball will give it back to the Arrows on a team rebound. 6-0. A timeout taken here by John Winborn. 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. And the Arrows off to a good start. Kennedy Lacey comes in with 1,215 career points. Has already added 4 to that total. The all-time AHS scoring leader in girls basketball. She'll be honored after the game, and we'll stay on the air to make that part of our post-game show.
Single season scoring leader as well. She overtook Joy Roberts, who joined us for a broadcast up here as our guest one afternoon. So a couple honors Kennedy's knocked down. We expect a slew of them to fall next year for the one she doesn't already have this year.
Sturry will inbound. Van Tilburg comes to the ball. Full court pressure by Sandusky. Stovall guarding Van Tilburg. Tobias on the drive. Now Lacey.
Good decision right there by Kennedy to pass up a would-be 50-50 shot at best. Look for Cameron Cox down on the block. Cameron just kind of lost the handle of it, went out of bounds. But good job by Kennedy not forcing the basketball.
First turnover against the Arrows, and there's the fourth for Sandusky, and it's Story. She lost it off the dribble. Taking a look at that Simonson Construction Services scoreboard, 6-0 Ashland. First quarter, we're just getting warmed up here at Arrow Arena. First round tournament action. Rameau kicks it into the corner. Jumper Prentice, no. And the ball controlled by Van Tilburg, and then it was thrown out of bounds.
Really good job by the Arrows there. You saw it was kind of 3-on-2. Coming to the left elbow was Sandusky, and there was a corner pocket 3 open. Cameron Cox slid out to take that, and an Arrow, CC Sturry, slid down underneath the goal to provide backside protection. And again, good job by the Arrows playing defense here.
Wilson out at half court. And the ball stripped away, but she's kept it somehow, and Stovall has it now for the Blue Streaks. 3-18 on the year. Step back 3, Stovall. Off the back iron, long rebound, grabbed by Wilson. Kick out 3, no. And this time it's Lacey.
Papa said, I got a place to go. Get out of the way.
She's fouled in the backcourt. They got Rameau on the foul. Another thing about Sandusky, they've really struggled shooting the ball, 21% behind the arc. Sturry handling the ball right now. Guarded by Prentice. Lacey elevates, misses badly. Wilson, her second rebound. Shanita Wilson, team high 60 steals, 13 points a game. Give and go from Rameau, and Wilson gets fouled. They'll nail it on Tobias. We'll see it again on our Sarver replay.
Good foul there by Grace, not to give up a cheap one there, and a little bunny attempt made it much more difficult. And what I liked, if you're going to foul, foul. It's not going to be malicious, but just foul him so that you don't get a good look at the rack.
One more for Wilson, a 66% foul shooter on the year. Sandusky was blown out in their regular season finale by undefeated and defending state champ Bellevue. Missed them both, and Lacey has her third rebound. 1 on 4. Tobias will kick it out for a Sturry 3. Not there, and it hit off the basket support and out of bounds to Sandusky. Sturry coming in shooting 34% behind the arc. Leads the team in 3 field goal attempts at 109.
It's about what I average on the bowling lanes, David.
And the front 9.
I'll take that. I'll take that wager.
Rameau knocks it in. That's the first points of the night for Sandusky, 6-2. Sturry finds Cox for 3 in the corner. Tip to Van Tilburg. Lacey absorbs some contact. I think that was Wilson. First.
I thought Kennedy dribbled it right off her foot, to be honest with you.
It'll be a baseline inbound. Already 3 team fouls for the Blue Streaks. Cox underneath Sturry. Catch and shoot, and she makes it.
Outstanding ball movement there, and a nice job by Cece. Get the ball, and just kind of sneaking over there by the block. And Cameron, that's a set play. Make no mistake about it. She saw her down there unguarded. Easy 2-point basket.
Yeah, nice delivery by Cox. Sturry, her first bucket, and it's 8-2. We're halfway through the first quarter. Got a push off or a moving screen. I'm not sure what he caught Rameau doing, but that is her second foul. John Winborn will send in Malia Reed. She's a sophomore guard, number 3. Ediger checks in, and our Sid Suds substitutions. Entry pass for Cox goes right out of bounds. That's the 4th Ashland turnover. So Ediger in. The other starters all still on. Van Tilburg came to the bench. Stovall will bring it up. Step back three for Stovall off the mark, and Cox has her first rebound.
Not afraid to fire these 3 goals or these blue streaks.
Story, she'll nail it, left wing. BB&C Car Care 3, the first of the night. Story has 5, and it's 11-2. Stovall forcing the action, and high off the glass, it won't go. 2-on-2, Lacey lays it up off the rim, it won't go. Saved in bounds, Cox has the ball. Story open, there it goes. And Ediger tapped it out of bounds, and let's see. First the signal was to Sandusky, and now they turn it around and it's going to stay Ashland ball.
Yeah, good call there. Nice job by Megan being in position for that rebound and fighting for it. Nice job by Ediger.
Tobias bounce pass into the post. It's Lacey. She draws a crowd, and it's an immediate jump ball. They'll stay with Ashland. All of our threes brought to you by BB&C Car Care. Don't walk, keep your car running smoothly with regular oil changes at BB&C Car Care.
Tobias corner pocket for a triple. Go
That
ahead and give
rattles
that
in. Wow. Tobias, just her 5th of the year. Timely, right off the inbound. Gives Story the assist, and it's a 14-2 lead. This is Stovall out front. She might qualify for the longest hair of the season, Chris.
I agree with you.
Jump stop blocked, and then the ball out of bounds off of Wilson. Good defense there by Ashland. You have Hendershot and Van Tilburg checking in.
2 questions about that lettuce. 1, do you think we could grow it that long? And 2, how long would it take?
I'm going to say, for me, at least 6 months.
Wow. David, that's 3 feet long almost.
I mean, that's down to your waist. 6 months is a long time. What do you think?
I think it's going to take 3 years.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me rephrase that. I couldn't do it.
Just never.
Never.
Van Tilburg for 3 on the right, too strong. Those long rebounds come way off, and I think the Blue Streaks were the last to touch it. 14-2, we have 2:08 to go in the first quarter. Sectional round. Tourney time underway. Ediger, Lacey, and she scores on the baseline.
That's a big-time goal right there. That's a nice job by Kennedy, pulling up, popping from about 9 feet, and rattles that one in for 2 more.
Ediger got the assist. Stovall, high arcing 3, it's not there.
Now, we're going to nitpick because Kennedy is a very, very good player, right? And you have to find something to get better about. Oftentimes in high school basketball, what do they do? They go up high to get the rebound. What's the first thing most people do? They pull it right down to their waist. And when they do that, they let all these little guards get in there a chance to smack it away. Get that ball down. If you're going to go and turn, keep it down at your weight or your shoulders around that area. Put the ball in the dirt and then start going. There's no need to bring it to the waist, put it down, and then go, right? It's the little things like that that you have to fine-tune your game and keep getting better and better and better and identify those things to make yourself more of an all-around complete player.
Well, that backcourt foul by Kristen Johnson, her second, is the 5th of the quarter. And John Winborn takes a full timeout. And so when they resume play, Kennedy Lacey will be at the line for 2 shots. She has 6 points and already 5 rebounds in the ball game. It is 16-2. Ashland has raced out to a 14-point lead. Kaya Rameau has the only bucket for Sandusky.
I'm going to call it next year, David. We're going to do a game up here. Kennedy Lacey's going to have a double-double in the first quarter. That's my bold prediction for calendar year 26-27.
You know, it's very possible, no question about it. She's very active on defense. And let's face it, in today's world of the three-pointer, as she shoots from the Connery Manufacturing free throw line and hits it, you've got so many long rebounds. The rebounds are not the territory of the post players anymore. You've got rebounds coming all the way out to half court.
Nice job, nice form by Kennedy there. Those look good from the time she took her crouch down there and got the rhythm into it. Nice job, come out of the fingertips beautifully.
1:39 to go, first quarter. Prentice guarded by Ediger.
Folks, the Simonson Construction scoreboard is not wrong. That is correct. It is 18-2.
Great defensive effort so far. That one knocked around, comes out of the lane and goes out of bounds. That's a turnover against Sandusky, their 6th. See it again here on our Sarver replay. I think it might have been Johnson, maybe Stovall who touched it last. I think Johnson's on the bench with 2 fouls. Lacey works her way into the lane, elevates over 3 defenders. This is short, and that is Malia Reed with the rebound.
I can't get that hair comment out of my head. I'm trying to think back to girls that we had here inside Arrow Arena. There's no question. That's the longest hair. And there she does get a steal. Stovall does, and off the glass for 2, her first bucket of the day.
Pickpockets Lacey there, 18-4. And Kennedy takes it right in and lays it home. Off the glass on a Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate bank shot. 20-4. Half a minute to go, first quarter. Lacey now in double figures with 10.
Oh, that's a charge. Nice job, Kennedy. Way to eat it and then sell it and end up on the backside. Well done. Good job.
So Wilson with her second foul. That's the 3rd blue streak now with 2. That is a turnover. Just looking at the rebound totals, 4, 5, 6. We want a first quarter double-double.
I'm close.
Close tonight. She won't get it. 10 points and 6 rebounds here in the first quarter for Kennedy Lacey.
Pretty solid.
Very solid. 27 seconds left. And Tilburg into front court. Hendershot in the game. Gives it up to Tobias. Emma Puckett posts up. Kicks it out to Van Tilburg. That one rims out. Hendershot, the offensive rebound, and then a tie-up. I think it favors the Blue Streaks.
Nice job by Hendershot getting in there, mixing it up a little bit. Got both paws on the basketball, but a Blue Streak did the same, and they're going to call it a jump ball there.
8 seconds left. Here's Stovall. Kind of casual for 3 seconds left. Now she sees. Hooks it up there with the scoop. It won't go. And that takes us to the end of quarter 1. As expected, the top seed Arrows off to a great start. 20-4. We'll get second quarter play-by-play going when we come right back on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
We proceed to the second quarter, brought to you by Comfort Control. Blue Streaks and Arrows in tournament action, sectional round. District semifinals will be coming up on Tuesday at Buckeye Central.
Kennedy down there on the block, posting up.
She scored 10 in the
bueno.
first quarter, lost the ball there, and then a foul is called against Van Tilburg.
That skip pass there, trying to go across the court, ill-advised. There was a one, about halfway the distance she was trying to go. Swing it, swing really quick. It would have been there, but elected for the cross-court pass that was intercepted.
6 turnovers against Ashland. Really the one downside, and now Cox takes the spill, saves it inbounds. It's a turnover. Steal for the Arrows. Cox is all right. Lacey on the move and throws it away. She's looking for Van Tilburg, who kind of was open momentarily and then took off running. Ball sailed out of bounds. Arrows in a position to take some chances here. 7:33 to go, second quarter.
Yeah, that's one there I'd like to head fake or something from Kennedy. It's basically 2-on-2. Take the thing to the rack.
Juliana Raymore is in the game for the first time, and the senior banks it in as they beat the press. Here's Story for 3, and she nails it. Right side 3. Story with her second. She has 8 points. 23-6. Ramo down low, got her own miss. And then Lacey pulls down another rebound. And Tilburg into Cox. Puts it up and rolls it in. Cameron Cox, 4 points.
A little Giannis Antetokounmpo footwork there. Nice job. I'm sure I butchered his last name.
Did the whole 360 spin there. Kept the pivot foot. It's a nice bit of post work. She has 4 points. It's 25-6. That one rims out, and Story is off to the races. Tobias running the break. Finds Lacey. Always a good option, but she missed the shot. Tobias grabs the board. Story just lined up another 3 and hit another one. 11.
Cece getting her done tonight, David. She's hot from downtown.
Give Tobias the assist. 6 minutes to go. 28-6. Lob down low, stolen away. And Tilburg came up with the loose ball. Tobias to Lacey. Story wide open again. Bingo.
Go! Back-to-back-to-back triples!
Another BB&C Car Care 3 from CC Story. She has 14 points. Timeout taken by the Blue Streaks, and it is 31-6.
So I want to show this to you because I couldn't write that fast. The big shot of the game brought to us by our friends at Big Land Home Improvement Property Maintenance was going to be the back-to-back. I got to the back-to-back, and then I had to go back-to-back-to-back CC threes. That's the Big Land Home Improvement, not shots of the game. CC 3 triples. Well done.
Now, Big Land Home Improvement and Property Maintenance located right here in Ashland. Check them out for all of your home improvement and property management needs. John Winborn must be having some flashbacks. He was telling me, Chris, that in that game against Bellevue, that the Lady Red went 10 of 13 from three-point range in the first quarter of that game.
The first quarter?
The first quarter.
That's Craig Hodges deadly right there.
Yeah.
That's Steph Curry, Larry Bird in his prime. My goodness.
So now he's watching Story and Tobias hit threes.
Jeez.
They have rained down 4.
Feels like Harvest Prep all over again, doesn't
No
it?
question.
This time it's in the white jerseys.
31-6 now in favor of the Arrows. 5:34 to go before halftime. Prentice double teamed in the corner, was knocked out of her hands by Lacey. Blue Streaks ball on the sideline. Ramo up top, long 3. Off the glass, offensive rebound, and a foul from behind. That was Johnson who got the ball. She'll go to the line. I don't think they'll get Cox there.
I thought that was clean. We'll see it on the Simonson replay there, or Sarver Paving replay. I don't know. Looked like a lot of orange to me.
Johnson makes the first. That's her first points. 31-7 here, second quarter action. Kristen Johnson, a 36% foul shooter. Arrows looking for their 20th win. Brief 2-game losing skid at the end of the year. Non-conference action. There's Lacey with the rebound off the missed free throw.
Is that 10 yet?
Cox works down low, goes up strong, drew a double team, and got fouled. Foul will go against Malia Reed, her first. Team foul number 1 this quarter. It's up to 8 rebounds now for Kennedy Lacey. Went off the rim. Cox, a 60% foul shooter on the year. Her highlight of the year, the triple-double at Lexington. 10 points, 11 boards, 10 steals. 1 out of 2.
First team all-conference, or will be. First team all-district as well, Cameron Cox.
32-7 Ashland. Sectional action. It's Rameau down low, throws it up with the left hand, and Cox is fouled after the defensive rebound. And that'll be Kristen Johnson. That'll be her third. Pardon me, they went with Reed there, so that'll be her second. So you've got Reed, Johnson, Wilson, and Rameau all with 2 fouls apiece.
Yeah, something head coach Wilborn going to have to deal with here as we get a little further in.
Sturry surveys the defense. Lacey underneath Sturry, tried the kick out, it's stolen away. Wilson attacks the rim and misses. Got her own miss and put it back up and in. She has 3 rebounds. That's her first bucket. She averages 13. 32-9. Tobias fires it up there on the run, and the floater goes for the senior. She has 5.
Nice job by Grace Tobias, getting aggressive, taking to the rack. Steal by Lacey.
10 turnovers against the Blue Streaks. Lacey, spin move, and the finish.
Millennium Mamba! Smooth finish at the goal.
36-9. Wilson brings it over to Johnson. Ashland in the man-to-man. Wilson attacks and misses. And the offensive rebound put back and up and in by Kristen Johnson. She has 3 points.
Picked a spot
steal.
there. Yep.
9 turnovers for Ashland. Missed layup hits the floor. Cox the rebound.
These high-tempo games, you're going to have turnovers, but, you know, it was my key to the game was don't play sloppy, right? And I think, you know, some of these 50-50 turnovers, you might say sloppy, you know, not the worst thing. Oh, boy, CC triple from the corner, didn't get it go, but this gives head coach Renee Holt something to talk about, right? You know, in a lopsided blowout here. And Sandusky putting some points on the scoreboard here right now, David.
I think Renee Holt's thinking along those same lines. She takes a timeout here as the play was getting a little bit ragged. 36-13. Friends, when the Jazz Band performs here at Arrow Arena, it's brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships with locations in Ashland and Loudonville. From Chevrolets to Fords to Dodges to Jeeps, quality pre-owned vehicles as well. Bill Harris Dealerships is your one-stop shop.
I saw Aaron Harris, speaking of Bill Harris Dealerships, cutting a promo on Facebook where they just took possession of a Dodge Viper.
Okay.
V10 powered Dodge Viper, early 90s supercar, I'll call it, not a muscle car, but a supercar. Was the absolute epitome of my dreams back in the late, mid-90s. My gosh, were they absolutely incredible. So you don't have to go to Bill Harris for an F-150 or a Traverse. They're dealing in Mercedes and BMW and Vipers and some pretty exotic stuff too. So don't be afraid to call them up. Look for my guy, Matty D. All-time legendary Arrow, slinging cars up there. Matty D can hook you up with whatever you need, whether it's an exotic or a pre-owned or a brand new, whatever it might be.
Well, are you putting in a bid for the Viper?
Negative.
Maybe a company car for the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network?
Could be in a Pinto.
Edgar, I think I called for a travel there.
David, okay, so the game's about out of hand. What if you had to say is the worst car you ever owned, what would it be?
Well, it was a Buick Estate station wagon.
Oh, boy.
That's Wilson weaving through traffic, but missed the layup, and the ball's going to go to the Ashland Arrows. So just peeling back a a wound that, I'm trying to heal it, but I drove that station wagon to high school.
I understand.
And that was painful.
Story.
Kicks it out.
Oh, boy.
And got it back from Tobias, misses the 3. Ediger hustles for the rebound, but throws it away.
Stovall looking to go coast to coast. Stops, puts it up off the glass. No good.
Tie up between Puckett and Cassidy Stovall. It's going to stay Sandusky ball. So yeah, now I'm traumatized again. But
thanks, you're welcome.
Thanks for bringing that memory back.
So I had an 86 Grand Am. My first car, it was $2,000, which doesn't sound like much in today's money. It's really not. But back then, in the mid-'90s, that was a lot of coin. And there's Sandusky, no good. Kennedy Lacey gets the rebound. She's got envisioning coast to coast. Passes it off to Ediger, no good. But I totaled this thing. I put it on the roof, which is never a good idea. And I thought, well, we'll just go get another car. That didn't happen. So what's a wise person from the state of Hayesville do? They go and buy another 1986 Grand Am and put the seats in the old one into the new one. This thing was junk.
This is a project.
This is a project. Had one wiper that was operational, thankfully, on the driver's door. And I had smoked a deer and took out the front right. The lights on the front right, they shined right at the pavement. That's my worst car ever.
It really wasn't so grand anymore.
It was not grand. It was something. It was a lemon.
Wilson with 6 for the Blue Streaks.
All in the second quarter.
Hinder's shot misfires. It's from Mo. 36-15 now. Rebound for Johnson, and she forces it back up, misses. Kennedy Lacey, another rebound. And she gets free underneath, scores. That's a Tobias assist. Lacey
Kennedy
up to 14.
Kennedy and CC, both of 14 markers here.
Ashland ball in the backcourt. Aggressive play by the Blue Streaks. I think Rameau with an ill-advised foul there, which is her third. 38-15. We have 1:15 to go here in the second quarter. 9 rebounds for Lacey to go along with her 14 points.
Solid first half of work.
14 for Story as well. 28 of the 38 Ashland points coming from those two. Van Tilburg, extra pass. They jam it into Lacey. Now Story, top of the key, likes that spot, missed it. Rebound to Johnson. Steal for Van Tilburg. That turns into a 3-on-1 break. Cox will finish at the rim, give Lacey the assist. 7 for Cameron Cox, and they've put 40 on the board here in the first half. We have 30 seconds to go.
5 in this quarter for Cameron.
Raymore had it poked out of bounds. They say last to touch it, Van Tilburg.
We get some tired ladies out here today, David. This has been a up and down tempo game.
20 points each in the first and second quarters. Baseline inbound. It's Kristen Johnson, guarded by Cox. Hands it off to Wilson, lost it. Van Tilburg, Hinder shot. Nice pass to Cameron Cox, got fouled. Shot would not go in. She has 2 shots on the way. Another foul coming up against Sandusky as we watch the replay there. You see Stovall picks up the foul. Cox has 7 points, make it 8. She's at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. We're coming to you live from the Priest Dental broadcast booth here at Arrow Arena in Ashland, Ohio. Second free throw, good.
Nice job by Cameron converting both those charity tosses. That's nice, good fundamental basketball.
Wilson catches the long pass. Hendershot breaks up a pass. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Stovall blocked. Kennedy Lacey will launch from half court. Got it!
Boom! Mamba. Triple converted to break it at the seam.
17 for Lacey. We see it again on the Sarver Paving replay. That makes it 45-15 at the break. What a shot. Can we see that one more time, Brandon? Can we see that one more time? All right, once is enough.
Mamba posed after it went in like, whoa, I'm as surprised as anybody. 45-15, 30-point lead for the Arrows. We're looking for 5 more. You know why, David?
That would mean a running clock, Chris.
Mic drop.
All right, we are at the break. Sectional round action at Arrow Arena. All Arrows, Kennedy Lacey with a double-double in the first half, or close to, I think, 1 rebound shy. Had a block and hit a long near half-court shot to take us to halftime. We'll be back after this timeout with some numbers from the first half on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments.
Well, a 45-15 halftime score here at Arrow Arena. The Ashland Arrows cruising over the Sandusky Blue Streaks. Kennedy Lacey with the long near half-court shot to close out the first half of play. I'm going to go ahead and call that the play of the game, built by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right, on time, part of a 17-point, 10-rebound effort for Kennedy Lacey in the first half. Looking at some of the other scoring here. Renee Holt played 9, 5 scored, 2 in double figures. Grace Tobias had 5 points. Kennedy Lacey, as we mentioned, 17. Cece Story, 14 points. And Cam Cox, 9. So 4 scored. I believe it's 8 played, 4 scored, 2 in double figures. I had to usurp a couple of players' boxes to fit in all of Kennedy Lacey's exploits in the first half. So 8-4-2.
Folks, that's not a joke. And a good thing my partner uses pencil because it's all over.
For Sandusky, 7 players played, 5 scored, none in double figures. You had Stovall, Raymore, both with 2. Johnson, 3. Shanitha Wilson scored 6. Kaya Rameau had 2 for the Blue Streaks. So that is your score, 45-15 at halftime. Chris, that was exactly what the Arrows needed to do, what they were expected to do in the first half against a team that comes in at 3-18, and quite a statement here in their first half of tournament action.
Quite a statement. You know, I'm often reminded when you have these games, right, and it's a blowout, and I go back to Bobby Knight when he coached the Olympic team, and he had a young Mike Jordan who went by Mike, not Michael, Mike Jordan on his team. And Jordan had a triple-double in the first half. And Knight tells the story that he's walking in there, and only in Knight fashion, I'll let you figure out the verbs he used and adverbs he chose and adjectives. But the essential story there was, what am I going to say to these guys? They're blowing them out by 40 at halftime. Jordan's got a triple-double. Jordan's the best player just about on the planet and, you know, on that Olympic team. Forget just in college, but in the world. And he says, well, I'm going to decide to pick on Jordan and tell him, Mike, when are you going to set a screen? You're out here acting like the world revolves around you. We're setting screens everywhere, and this is a team. And he looked up, Jordan did at Night, and says, well, Coach, you told me I'm the best offensive player in the world. I figured that's what you wanted me to do. But I'll go ahead and set a screen next time down. And he said, Knight says, well, I didn't know what to say after that. I just said, all right, let's go play the second half. But the point of the matter is, you got to find something to keep your team ready to go in the second half. And whether that's you addressed it as, hey, there's too many turnovers, or some backside rebounds got away from us, or some sloppy passes or something, right? You don't want to go la-la land. You still have some basketball to play, and you want to keep your team locked in. So I'm sure head coach Renee Holt did that, whatever her message was at halftime, but I fully expect the mentality to be here as we get into the beginning and through the third quarter. The mentality that we saw in the first quarter and the second quarter. It's all out, it's full go. It is, let's play our game, and then we'll evaluate in the fourth quarter, see where it's at, and we'll probably get some subs in.
Well, Ashland won the second quarter 25-11, and the final bucket of the half occurred when Kennedy Lacey got a steal near half court with the clock winding down. It came at about 6 seconds there. She blocked a shot, ran across half court. Our camera just catches up in time for Lacey to knock it down as she took the ball a couple steps past the 10-second line, nailed the three, a BB&C car care three, and man, what a way to end the half.
Well, fortunately, I think there's some spilt iced tea down there in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Aunt Katie probably threw her glass of iced tea off the ceiling. It's dripping on her right now, I'm sure. She heard my voice explode, but then fortunately the camera was able to catch up and see it go through the nylon, and then a celebration there from Kennedy. And, you know, what a way to cap off the first half, as you've noted. And, you know, look, she had a double-double. She almost may be prophetic in the first quarter just about. I think she had 9 or 10 points in the first quarter, 6 rebounds, but all around great performance. Let's not forget about CeCe's story. We give a lot of accolades to Kennedy Lacey, and rightfully so, but CeCe has already hit the big land in home improvement and property maintenance, big shots, plural, of the game. Those back-to-back-to-back triples are pretty awesome, and that led to a Coach Wilborn Sandusky timeout. And note, we're 1:23 to go, and Sandusky just now coming out of the locker room. So down by 30, 60 or 75 seconds to go here, and Sandusky just showed up. They will not take any foul shots or layups here before the third quarter horn goes off.
Cameron Cox, 9 points and 5 rebounds. Sturek, 14 points. She had an assist and a rebound. Grace Tobias hit a 3. She had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. So well done all around by the Arrows. By the way, coming up, our next broadcast here in the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network will be Tuesday evening, and that will be the final regular season game for the boys varsity Arrows. That'll be against Cleveland John Hay. They'll be coming down for the season finale in terms of the regular season. We'll see if the Arrows get a home game like the ladies did once the draw happens for Divisions 1 and 2 this Sunday.
Yeah, excited. Hopefully they do. I'd love to do another one with you, and it's been fun basketball season. The boys are OCC co-champs. The girls are outright champs. They're undefeated in the league play. A couple really great campaigns authored here in the wintertime here inside Arrow Arena.
It's been fun to cover, and hopefully these teams are not anywhere done yet. They will have to win some big games on neutral courts if they want their tournament runs to continue. But we'll be here Tuesday. See the boys in their 22nd and final regular season game. Cox blocked, and the loose ball comes off to Wilson.
Nice job. Nice entry pass there by CC Cameron. Great position. Just didn't get it to go. Got blocked. No big deal, but great basketball.
Wilson will launch a three and make it.
Ooh, she got a little hop step there too, David.
She's got 9. 45-18.
Ooh, little give and go. 80. Oh,
Missed
CC.
the layup. The rebound comes down to Johnson. They'll get a foul called against Story, so not her finest hour there.
I was getting ready to call that like the old Celtics basketball.
Well-designed play. Got herself in the open. Shot wouldn't go down. Committed the foul in the backcourt. Her first. And the team's first here in the third quarter.
Flush it and move on.
Stovall, left side to Prentice. That's Wilson. Spin move on Story. Missed it short. CC down with the rebound. Almost knocked away, almost stolen away in the backcourt.
Oh,
Lacey
here comes
came up with it.
3 on 2.
Underneath Cox. He'll give Lacey the assist. Cox now with 11, so she joins Story and Lacey in double figures.
She's going for the quad double tonight, David.
47-18. Stovall step back. This will be a 2.
Sheesh. Big shot there.
47-20.
Maybe they just shot too much in pregame, David.
And they did not come out until it was time to play. Lacey steps inside the arc. Mid-range jumper, perfect. 19 for her. Give Van Tilburg the assist. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Stovall absorbs some contact. She'll go to the line. They got Story again on the foul.
Not so sure about that. I thought that might have been a little left elbow, left shoulder down, driving through the chest area, but CC picks it up.
Third quarter action brought to you by Comfort Control. First for Stovall. Off the mark, she's a 55% foul shooter. Sandusky averaging 49 a game, but giving up 63 on average. Missed them both. Wilson throws it off Cox, and it'll stay Sandusky ball.
Threw it right off that right pumpkin on the bottom of Cameron's foot there. Yeah, notice that, David, pumpkin, that big bright orange.
Yeah, those are easy to spot.
Yeah, you wear those deer hunting.
Throw it in to Rameau. Down low, Wilson. Looked like she got pushed. No call on the contact.
I think she got smoked.
Yeah, Tobias lucky to not get called on a foul. Ball out of bounds.
I think the most surprised person in the arena is Grace.
Yeah. Rameau to throw it in, blocked by Lacey. It'll stay Sandusky ball. Well, Norwalk, the number 2 seed, is playing winless Mansfield Senior this evening at home. Look for them to advance. Wilson gets called on a charge. That'll be a turnover and her third foul. And so if the scores hold and Norwalk and Ashland both advance, they will meet Tuesday night, 7:30 at Buckeye Central in a district semifinal.
Efforting a score of that senior high contest It is on score stream, but no one has decided to kick it off with a score.
Story, right corner 3, no. Long rebound off to Rameau. Stovall finds Wilson. Lacey knocked the ball down. Wilson got it back. And a whistle and a travel. That'll be 15 turnovers against Sandusky.
You know, to put 22 in perspective turnovers, we're at 15 and it feels like every other possession. You know, I don't mean that rudely, but it's the basketball game we're watching and calling, and still 7 more to go to the season average. The season average after 22 basketball games.
Cox down low, goes up strong, missed it though. Lacey found the ball in her hands. She puts it back up and in. She has 21. 51-20. Arrows need a couple buckets here to trigger the running clock. Stovall off the glass and down the hatch it goes. She has half a dozen.
Wowza. Oh, Mamba, little Larry Bird, right down to it, cutting Josie Van Tilburg at the block. CB Ward bank shot converted.
Stovall with the air ball. That'll go out of bounds to Ashland. 53-22, 31-point lead. We'll have a Sid Sud substitution as Campbell O'Brien checks in for the first time. Grace Tobias will check out. O'Brien, the freshman. Macy attacking, missing. It's out of bounds to Sandusky. Right now, 21 points, 11 boards for Kennedy Lacey. Ashland in control here, third quarter. We have 4:24 to go. Blocked shot, that's Cox. Loose ball picked up by Lacey. O'Brien on the attack. This is the layup, but Cox arriving on the scene, and then a jump ball. Interesting interpretation right there. Cox grabbed the board.
Arrow's still playing hard, still picking them up around half court here for the half court press.
There's a steal by Lacey, but threw it into no man's land there. I think she was close to falling out of bounds. It was kicked out of bounds by Sandusky. A turnover by the Blue Streaks. Ashland has it. Lacey, I think, felt she was about to fall over the boundary, kind of threw it into open space.
I think it might have been kicked.
A couple players were going for it. It was knocked out of bounds by the Blue Streaks. John Winborn didn't agree.
I'm with John Winborn on that one.
Here's Lacey. And a reach-in foul against Wilson. I have that for her fourth. Will be her fourth foul, team foul number 2. 3:52 to go, third quarter. Now what do we have? They had handed the ball to Story.
Making up rules as we go.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, the ball's in play. It should have been kept going, but the ref said, oh, it's okay.
That's off of Lacey. Turnover, Ashland.
My favorite thing in sports, let's just have a redo.
3:52 on the clock. Ashland defeated Sandusky 63-28 in the first meeting back in late December.
We're eerily close to that number again.
Reed, guarded by Lacey.
Good defense by
Trapped
Kennedy.
and taken away. Just a straight out steal. Lacey.
No, Kennedy, take it to the rack.
And Tilburg ends up with the ball. And now O'Brien for 3.
Oh,
got it.
She got it. Boom.
Campbell O'Brien with her first varsity three-pointer of her career. It's brought to you by BB&C Car Care.
She's a 50% shooter, David, from deep.
56-22 after the 3 ball by Campbell O'Brien. That's out of bounds, going to Ashland. O'Brien now 1 for 2 on the year. Hendershot and Puckett in. Cox out and Van Tilburg out. I think a sub also for Sandusky. Johnson gets a breather. Raymore in. That's Lacey. She'll take it all the way and knock it down. Little floater good. She has 23.
23 out of the 58. CC has 14. Cameron 11.
That will initiate the running clock. Stovall scores. She has 8. Sturry fouled. 58-24. And the clock will continue to move here. The Arrows eclipsed the 35-point mark, and the running clock will stay in effect until the deficit is under 30.
Correct. Like that roll?
I do.
I do too.
Sturry to O'Brien, traveled.
Like if you're down 35, you ain't coming back.
Right.
And it's only in the second half, I believe.
Second half only,
Yes.
just like football.
Yes.
Right now we are counting our way down toward the end of the third quarter.
Now in football, considering there's only 10 of those, I'd rather not have it.
Okay.
Gunter looked at me and smiled. He knows why.
Lacey, a steal. She's all alone at the other end and scores. So she has a couple of steals here in this third quarter as well.
Told you, quad double.
60-24.
She looking for it. She has to have 5 steals tonight. I know I'm not keeping them. You probably are.
Sturry with a steal that time. That's 20 turnovers. Hendershot, Lacey.
2 more. Oh, short.
Rebound to Puckett. Missed the putback. O'Brien with the rebound. Sturry lines up a 3. And Lacey.
Oh, look at that pass by the Mamba. Excellent job finding a wide open Hendershot. Hendershot, as she goes by the Mamba, tells her good job, and 2 more for the Arrows.
Kai Hendershot with her first 2. 62-24. More subs coming in. Ediger is in. Tobias in. Lacey will get a breather, maybe for the night. And O'Brien out. That's Rameau missing underneath. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay Sandusky ball. That will probably get us close to the end of the third quarter. And pass inside, stolen away by Kaya Hendershot.
Oh,
Arrows have time. That's Tobias. Got fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 shots at the end of the third quarter. Foul goes against Stovall. So Tobias will be at the line. 2 shots coming up. Tobias hits. 6 points for her on the evening. 63-24 lead, trying to make it a 40-point game. She does. 2 out of 2 at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line, and we've come to the end of 3 quarters here at Arrow Arena in the postseason tournament opener. It's Ashland 64 and Sandusky 24 on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Well, the all-important fourth quarter before us. Arrows cruising here, the number 1 seed in the Northwest 1 sectional district. We'll be moving on to a Tuesday night district semifinal at Buckeye Central, likely against the Norwalk Truckers. Lacey gives it up to Tobias on a no-look pass, but she was not ready, and it's a turnover. Stovall will launch off the dribble, missed it. She got the rebound finally. Ball loose, stolen away. Cameron Cox on the run out. Nice pump fake and the finish.
Yeah, really good job by Cameron Cox there. Getting the defender elevated, makes that a 95% percentage shot and gets it to go. Nice job.
Wilson with 11 now. She's the first blue streak in double figures. Got a foul under the bucket. 66-26. Running clock here, although, yeah, that one's still running. They got Rameau with her 4th foul. Prentice checks in. And Stovall will get a breather. Arrows about to pocket their 20th win of the year. Cox muscles it up and scores 15 for Cameron Cox.
Just what the Arrows needed. Cameron Cox to keep up her good play as we head into the tournament time. Looking to be that Yang to Kennedy's Yen, and really good job and a great sign here as the Arrows get ready to do battle with Norwalk here next Tuesday.
There's Lacey. Gives Story the assist. Lacey now with 25 points and 12 rebounds.
I'm also going to call it too, David. She's going to get 43 next year during a game to take over the single game record too.
Story will line up a 3 on the right. Jackpot.
Nice job. We clear out the bench now, I would anticipate.
Story now with 17. Another BB&C Car Care 3. It can get 73-26. A whistle and a timeout taken.
I assume
this is
just
a full timeout. Don't know if it was John Winborn or not. Maybe Renee.
I anticipate we're going to see a hockey line change here, David.
So you'll see some new faces come in. What a night for Kennedy Lacey. 25 points, 12 boards. Right now, Cameron Cox, 15 points. She has 6 rebounds, a block shot, an assist. Oh, 27 for Lacey. Sorry about that. Thank you, Chris.
Mm-hmm. Look at that scoring. 73 on the board, 27 Lacey, 17 for Sturry, and 15 for Cameron. The most impressive thing over there, out of those 3 I just mentioned, only 3 personal fouls. That is a big deal as well as we get here with a shorter bench, not to get in foul trouble. Big deal.
Yeah, the Arrows have had some trouble with turnovers tonight, but not fouls. I believe Timmons in the game right now as well for Ashland.
You are right, my friend.
I believe that's going to go over to Ashland after the replay there, as you saw. Another turnover. Campbell O'Brien. Ediger lost it off her leg and out of bounds. That'll be an Ashland turnover. 15 turnovers against the Arrows. Got all the starters out, as you would expect in a situation like this. Running clock, we're under the 5-minute mark. Knocked away by Hendershot. She comes up with the steal and the loose ball. She's fouled by Prentice, who was playing some defense on the play. Turnover.
Well, that's silly.
They call that an intentional foul. Kai Hendershot will be at the foul line, 2 for 3 from the stripe on the year.
That's just frustrations, what that is, by the senior Amari.
That one bounces around, it drops through. See that John Winborn is also bringing in some players. Brooklyn Daniels has checked in. I believe also Arenaya Johnson. Shot good. The Hendershot hits the 2 free throws. It'll be Ashland ball. She has 4 points. Arrows at the 75-point mark. Underneath, the shot missed by Ediger. Hendershot the last to touch it. O'Brien, Timmons, Ediger, Puckett, and Hendershot on the court for Ashland in mop-up time here, 75-26.
Very young squad on the floor right now for Renee Holt. Some of these faces you're going to see next year take on more meaningful roles here for the Arrows.
Get the foul. Foul's on Gigi Timmons. I believe Gigi Timmons picks up the foul. That'll be her first. Team foul number 1. Raymore at the foul line. She's not been there very much this year. 1 for 2. She has now 3 points in the ball game.
Oh, I got a contender for hair. Brooklyn Daniels, number 30, is a challenger. She may not take the crown home, but they are the winners of longest ponytails of the season.
Hendershot will line up at 3. Long rebound comes out to Wilson. She will attack 1 on 5 and score. 75-30. Campbell O'Brien will take it into the lane. Throws it up and in. O'Brien with 5 points. 1:42 to go. 4th quarter, heading toward the finish line here at Arrow Arena. Wilson misfires. Gigi Timmons with the rebound, and then she was fouled. Might have gotten Daniels on the foul there. That'll be her first.
Making sure those whistles still work, David.
Stovall's going to come in. Johnson out. Wilson's going to leave. And 13 points in the ball game. A 6 rebound effort. Wilson just a junior. She will be back. There's Ediger breaking free, and she scores with the left-hand layup. That's her first 2, so Megan Ediger into the scoring column. 79 points on the board for Ashland in their tourney opener. Brooklyn Daniels will go to the line. That should get us to the end of the ball game. Kai Hendershot picks up the foul. 15 points in an abbreviated 4th quarter for the Arrows.
It's pretty good.
Got up and good. Daniels in the scoring column. One more shot coming. Missed it. The rebound to Puckett. Campbell O'Brien gets the word from Renee Holt. No more attacking the basket. Puckett tries to bounce it to Ediger. And a whistle and a travel. So time for one more turnover, and that will get us to the final buzzer. 79-31, your final score. The Arrows win in the sectional opener. It's on to the district semifinals as the Arrows prevail for their 20th win of the season. 79-31. We're going to keep it right here as they are wrapping up the handshakes at midcourt. You see on your screen there, Jason Goings, the athletic director at Ashland High School. He has a special presentation planned for Kennedy Lacey, who before the end of the regular season became the all-time leading scorer in Ashland girls basketball history. Arrows won that fourth quarter 15-7, and they prevail with a 79-point effort this evening against Sandusky.
I had 80 on my bingo card.
Very, very close, Chris.
Number did not get called. Boy, that gnat sound in the crowd mic, boy, that's loud, isn't it?
Doing quite well with it.
I was trying to...
Fans, please direct your attention to the center of the scores table as we honor Arrow Junior Kennedy Lacey for achieving 2 major milestones in program history this year. Kennedy recently broke the single-season scoring record of 480 points, which was held for 47 years by Arrow legend in 1979 Ashland High School graduate Joy Roberts. Kennedy has now totaled 523 points in her junior season. Earlier in 2026, Kennedy became the all-time leading scorer in the Arrow girls basketball program when she passed 2018 graduate Kylie Radeball. Kylie has totaled 1,150 points in her 4-year varsity career at AHS. Kennedy now has scored 1,241 points. She also has over 500 rebounds in her 3 years in the Arrow. Kennedy's achievement cements her place in school history as one of the most dominant players in the program. With 13 more victories, the class of 2027 will be the winningest class in Arrow history. The current record, 61, held by Joy Roberts' class of 1979. Let's have a huge round of applause for junior record setter Kennedy Lacey.
Well, a nice way to end the home season. As you see there, all of the team gathering around Lacey, who finished with 27 points in this ball game. Went over the 500-point mark for this season, which is adding to her own record, and is the all-time leading scorer with now over 1,240 points in her career. Just a junior, not done yet this year. She also gets congratulations from John Winborn, the head coach of the Blue Streaks, who stuck around throughout that presentation and offered his congratulations to Kennedy as well. So that is the play-by-play portion of our broadcast. We'll have plenty coming up on our post-game show, including post-game reaction from Renee Holt and Kennedy Lacey. So it's all coming your way next. First, we'll pause for this timeout on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland. Steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Welcome back to Ashland High School and our post-game show brought to you by Janney in Mansfield. Financial advice from experienced people you can trust. Check out Rich Story at Janney.com for all of your financial needs. 79-31, your final score. The Arrows cruise past Sandusky for the second time this year, but this time in the tournament opener. Now the Arrows will move on, likely to play Norwalk on Tuesday, 7:30 at Buckeye Central in a district semifinal. The district final, by the way, would be played on the 28th of February at Columbus Grove, and that would be a night game at 7 p.m. But first things first, a district semifinal on Tuesday night. Worth noting that would be a number 1 versus number 2 seed in the district matching up in the semifinal. Norwalk is seeded second. Take a look at our post-game stat recap brought to you by your hometown law leader, the law offices of Andrew Bush, located right here in Ashland, Ohio. It was 20-4, Ashland after 1, 25-11, make it 45-15 after 2. Ashland won the second quarter, 25-11. 64-24, a 40-point lead after 3. Ashland won the third quarter, 19-9. And after winning the fourth quarter, 15-7, we have a 79-31 final score. Renee Holt played 9 players, 8 scored, 3 in double figures, led by Kennedy Lacey, who had 27 points and 12 rebounds, number of assists and steals as well. All around, great stat line and performance by the junior and the district player of the year. 17 points for CeCe Story. She got off to a hot start, hitting 3 threes in the first half and knocked one down in the second half as well. 17 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists for Story. Great game for the junior sharp shooting guard. Cam Cox had 15 points in the ball game. 4 rebounds, a couple of block shots. Those are your 3 double-figure scores. Josie Van Tilburg had a bucket. Grace Tobias scored 7 points in the ball game. Megan Ediger had a late basket. Emma Puckett played, did not score. Same with Gigi Timmons. Kaya Hendershot scored 4 points. Campbell O'Brien hit a 3 and also had another layup for 5 points on the night. So the Arrows led by Lacey, Story, and Cox. All in double figures. Lacey with 27. We'll be talking to her momentarily. 13 points for Shanitha Wilson, leading the way for Sandusky. She was the only double-figure scorer for the Blue Streaks, who end their season at 3-19. Ashland now 20-3, number 1 seed, moving on to a second-round game on Tuesday night. So a few days to prepare here, rest up. Arrows came out and really, other than some turnovers, the pace maybe a little faster than they wanted to play with the athletic Blue Streaks, but they caused a lot of havoc, knocked a lot of loose balls away, and then the Arrows ended up with 16 turnovers, a little more than Renee Holt will want to see in a more competitive game. But I think just the general feel of this game lent itself to a lot of turnovers tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100%. It was a fast-paced game, to say the least, and it was just it was a track meet, right? It was up and down, steals, turnovers, assists, rebounds, long rebounds, and everything in between.
All right, time for our player of the game. It's delivered to you by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. That's truaxprinting.com. Kennedy Lacey has joined our post-game show, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, David. Truax Printing, player of the game. Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. Visit truaxprinting.com for all your printing needs. No gift card today.
Oh, that is okay.
You've already got a couple $100 worth of gift cards, so I think you can buy dinner a couple times.
Yeah. I save them all up and I spend them at once. That's
yeah,
how I do it.
Smart.
Yes.
Smart. You take like a whole family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. A really good
Thank
game.
you very
really
much.
good season. You were honored after the game by AD Jason Goings. Your family came out there.
Yep.
But your teammates came out.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
It's, world of emotions, that's for sure. I didn't know about this until right before the game, so, when I got honored like that, it meant the world. I mean, that was my number one goal in the beginning of the season. It definitely was intimidating at first, seeing that, this could be a possibility that I could get it this year, and I definitely put my mind to it, and that's where we are now. But having my teammates out there also just means so much. Like, I wouldn't be here today if I wasn't, I didn't have them right behind me, and, it means everything.
So I got to ask you about that half-court shot. HSLD got that. Well, Brandon's down in North Carolina, and he saw my reaction, and Aunt Katie texted or sent me a Twitter right after that, and I said that she probably jumped out of her couch, threw her iced tea off the ceiling, and it's falling on her. But tell me about that shot.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if that will ever happen again. But after I had gotten the block and then I had it, looked up at the clock, saw 2 seconds left, I knew I had to take it. There was no other way I was going to be able to score unless I just shot it right then and there, and then it went in. So definitely going to believe it.
I gave the call right here. It is. You'll see it on the screen.
Okay.
It just barely catches up in time, and then you go into the Kobe mode, like Michael Jordan. They're like, yeah, look at that. But I got excited and amped up on the block because I thought the block from my angle was going to go out of bounds. I thought, that'll probably be the end. But no, you were able to corral it and go down and shoot it and got it to go. It just capped off the first half. You guys were playing really lights out.
Yeah, that first quarter we did really well. Second quarter we were a little rocky, that was for sure. Our hustling back wasn't the greatest. We had to do a timeout just to talk about things, take a breath, things like that, get our heads back on straight. But I think after that happened, and then we talked at halftime, things just went a lot better for us in that second half.
I said, when you watch this back, you'll hear me say, but I always find that there's things you need to nitpick, right? As you get late in the season, and good teams do that.
Absolutely.
It's you can call it nitpick. I choose to call it self-evaluate, right?
Yeah.
And what can we get better at?
Yeah.
Thought you guys turned the ball over uncharacteristically a lot today.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So that was also another thing we talked about in the locker room a little bit there. Just making, plays like we never make those plays, like unnecessary passes, forcing the ball. I catch myself doing that sometimes, and it's good to take accountability as a team, as a player itself. Yeah. So, I catch myself sometimes doing things that are out of characteristic for me and the team. So it's good that we talk about it and say, let's calm down, guys. We don't have to be rushing or anything like that. You don't want to rush against anybody, even a better team, like we'll see maybe Norwalk next week like that. It's really important that we get those things under control, especially against better teams.
Yeah, well, better teams. You led me to my next one. It's Norwalk, right? And I remember a year ago this time, that Norwalk game that you guys had at Buckeye Central was amazing. It was kind of like it was kind of like the icing on the cake for last year's squad, right? And Norwalk lost some pieces. We're down some pieces too.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you expecting as you do battle with the Truckers again?
Yeah, I just think back to my first game in sophomore year when we lost by 30 points to them, and then we went into district finals and we won that. So it's the confidence. I think part of it is a huge part of it. I think going into next week, these practices will be very important for us to get the basics down, but critique some of those fine things that will ultimately lead to our success Tuesday.
How about Cece? Knocking them down from deep, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
back to back to back?
Yes. I drive in, and she's always there. If I need to kick out, I can't get the shot up, but I know I have full confidence she will make an open three.
All right, there's the camera. Take us off.
Okay, what? Hi, Katie. Shout out Lennon and Ryan.
There you go. Well done. That's Truax Printing player of the game, Kennedy Lacey. Great game.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
All right, guys. Thank you very much to Kennedy Lacey for sharing some thoughts here. We'll get Renee Holt momentarily as our post-game show rolls on. The Arrows win big. Our turning point of the game tonight brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time. I think, Chris, we both agree it was when the Arrows showed up this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the tip-off, David. As long as we got the tip-off underway, I thought we were going to be just fine, and we were. What do the Arrows do after the tip-off? They go on an 18-2 run. And it was smooth sailing from there, and lots of fun mixed in between, but the turning point of the game was getting the first whistle to blow and getting the ball jumped up.
And you know, it's interesting, Kennedy Lacey said we kind of played a little rocky in the second quarter. That was their best quarter of the game. They scored 25 points.
Maybe to her it wasn't, but
Yeah.
for us up here, they had 20 in the first, 25 in the second. They take a 45-15, 30-point lead into intermission. Look, I think if you're trying to nitpick this thing, it's going to be pretty difficult in terms of points.
Well, Lacey scores 27 to lead the way. The Arrows win it by a score of 79-31. We're awaiting head coach Renee Holt to join us here. We'll take a timeout here, Brandon, and we'll be back to wrap things up with our final post-game interview on our Janney post-game show. That is coming your way right around the corner on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Well, the Arrows win big 79-31 to advance in the state tournament to the district semifinal round on Tuesday night. 79-31 your score as the Arrows wrap up their home season. Coach Holt has joined our post-game show. Chris, take it away.
20-3, you finish the campaign, the regular season. Well, no, actually, after the first game of tournaments, I just don't even realize it's a tournament yet. It's crazy how fast the season's went. But you're 20-3 overall, OCC champions. This is what you scripted so far through 23 games?
I like that 20-win mark.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a hurdle there, especially these past 2 games. But
Yeah.
I've been blessed by, a great coaching staff, a great group of girls, awesome group of girls, and this community really showed up this year.
I called the turning point in the game the tip-off today. Like, once we got the whistle blew and the ball thrown, like, that was the turning point. Just get the game underway.
Yeah.
And you guys go out to an 18-2 lead. Pretty solid.
That's kudos to our defense.
Yeah.
And, I think that was lacking these past couple games, keeping them out of the middle, just rebounding, and the defense really stepped in, off the tip.
Well, you played for some legends, some that are going to be in the Hall of Fame. Robin Freilich's one of them. And I am sure she did. I know Tim did. But, when you're really good and you're playing an inferior opponent, you still can't let your team get lackadaisical, right? And you had tons of those games in your college career. What was the message at halftime to make sure they came out ready to go in the third quarter?
I learned under Freilich and Pickens that you need to focus on Ashland basketball. If we play us great, then there's nothing to worry about. And I thought that second half, we decided to play great Ashland basketball. And I think that will just bleed into, hopefully, this next game.
I thought the turnovers, I'm guessing you noticed the same thing, way more than you probably wanted to see at this point in the season, especially first tournament game. And that was my key to the game, was to come out and not play sloppy. Have a crisp game. Whatever the score is at the end of the game, so be it. But you can kind of control how you play. And I'm sure that the up and down tempo, right? It was no slowly walk the ball up the court tonight, right? But I'm sure that's something you'll address here as we get ready to go into Norwalk, who's going to be a pretty stout opponent.
And that's with playing fast.
Yep.
You're going to have those turnovers, but it's how you respond to those turnovers or how you respond to those made buckets. And I thought we hit back pretty well today.
Yeah.
They scored, and then they were getting back on defense, and we were scoring before they knew it.
And I thought your defense, you pick them up 3 quarters or half court, and you start trapping up there. But I thought your backside defense did a really good job. There's one in particular I'll highlight. Maybe you saw it. But Cameron was down low, and Cece was kind of at the elbow, maybe just down a hair. And they had a wing in the corner pocket left, and the ball was on the three-point wing at the top, and there was one at the wing on the right. The ball went to the left, and Cameron vacated the block, and Cece backfilled. Now, you got a 5'4" girl, maybe, that's going down underneath the goal to protect it. That's good defense, and that's defense that doesn't show up in the stat sheet unless you see it on tape or on film or at the game. And I thought that was the example. I thought your defense did really, really well tonight, those kind of instances.
And that's helping the helper, and that's how I coach my defense. But for Cece to drop down and play against girls that are not her size, that's just the heart she has.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter how big you are. She's going in, and she's going to push you around.
And how about the back-to-back-to-back triples? That was pretty cool.
We've been working on her shot.
Yeah.
And honestly, everyone, we've worked on shots against defense, against pressure, quick thinking, quick shots, and I thought they really came out and shot the ball well.
Yeah, you just need to tell her, shooters do what?
Shoot.
Shoot. They never stop shooting. Just
Yeah.
keep shooting. All right, forecast the Norwalk game. Kind of give a little scouting report what to expect.
You know, they came at us. They wanted to play us, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Great coaching staff, great team up there. It's going to be some great matchups, back and forth basketball. We just have to come ready to play.
Absolutely. Is it time to bring out the dreads for Tuesday night?
I don't know. Maybe I'll talk one of my girls into it.
They want to talk the head coach into it. All right, it's been a lot of fun watching your team. This is our last one this year. You've been great coming up every game. Your girls have been fantastic. I mean that seriously. They're just a good bunch of kids, respectful and polite, and that's a hat tip to you and the rest of the community here and raising good kids.
Thanks for covering us. It's been awesome, and I know the community loves it.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
so much.
You're welcome. Good luck Tuesday.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Thanks to Coach Holt, as Chris said, with us after every game. And boy, what a great season. What a great team to watch, Chris. And hopefully it's not over. Hopefully they have many games to play yet before they come to an end. But it all boils down to Tuesday night to try to win in advance.
Well, it's the old adage in sports, right? One game at a time, and you lose it, you go home, your season's over, you turn your uniforms in and shed some tears and move on, or you get to get on another bus ride and go somewhere else. And that's what these Lady Arrows will be looking to do, is keep their season going, as you mentioned, and keep playing. And been a lot of fun. They've got some star power. They got some good role players. They've got some girls coming off the bench. And you know what? They're playing with the most dangerous thing, and that's confidence.
Yep, no question about it. And it built tonight, putting 79 points on the board in this big win over Sandusky. Well, we've got one more broadcast that's coming up on Tuesday night against John Hay. That'll be a boys' game to wrap up their regular season. We'll have some information then about their tournament positioning. Hopefully they will have a home game, but that's yet to be determined. But we'll see you on Tuesday night, partner.
Yeah, I want to give a thanks to all of our sponsors. You know, we could not do this in the community without the loyal returning sponsors and local businesses that are able to make these broadcasts possible. Anybody that knows that, you know, this is a labor of love, and we're thrilled to be able to give, you know, Aunt Katie, you hear us talk about that down in Kentucky, a chance to watch these games. And you know, some people out in California I know that send text messages, in Florida and coast to coast, frankly. And we hope you enjoy watching it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. And if you're in the community, and, you know, don't thank me, don't thank David, don't thank Brandon Gunder, thank one of the sponsors. Go to their business. Go and patronize them and tell them thank you. And, you know, keep paying it forward. We'll be back up here.
Well, I agree with that. I will, though, accept tangible thanks from anyone who can find me. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Brandon Gunder, great job at the controls. For Chris Mowry, David Wilson saying goodbye from Ashland High School. Congratulations again to the Arrows. Big winners tonight over Sandusky, 79-31. We hope you'll join us on Tuesday night for boys basketball action right around 7 p.m. with our pregame show brought to you by Simonson Construction. This has been a presentation of Arrows basketball brought to you by the Ashland Community Schools and our great sponsors, including our presenting sponsor, Sarver Paving. Talk to you again on Tuesday on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.